one of the questions that I get a lot from people that I'm training in bookkeeping is they'll ask, all right, is a bank statement enough? Is a bank statement enough information to be supporting documentation for my business transactions so that I can deduct them on taxes? Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell to get notified when a new video releases next week. So the big question is, are bank statements enough to audit proof your business so that you can claim all of these expenses as tax deductions? And the quick and easy answer is no, it's not. Your bank statements is not enough information for documentation to support that the transactions that you've made with your business are in fact deductible business expenses. And I want to make sure to tell you guys this now so that you can start changing this habit and have success right away with getting bigger tax deductions, with being able to prove that you do qualify for those tax deductions with your business expenses. And so if you can use your receipts as your supporting documentation, typically, and this is why a bank statement is not enough evidence as supporting documentation, because a bank statement doesn't tell you anything about the transaction. It does tell you the date that it posted to the account, and it does tell you the amount, but anything other than that is not necessarily accurate. If you look if you go to Walmart and you buy ink for your printer and you're saying that's a business expense, if you are only using your bank statement for documentation, all that's going to show on there is that you just had a Walmart transaction. Now, how would the IRS know during an audit that Walmart transaction was in fact printer ink and not just groceries for your family? Leave a comment and let me know. What have you been using as supporting documentations for your business expenses that you're claiming as tax deductions? So if you have a receipt though, your receipt is going to show on there some type of, even if it's abbreviated, some type of information indicating what was purchased at that trip. So it's going to say on your Walmart receipt that you purchased ink. And it may not come right out and say INK for ink. It might be something else that maybe it has the brand name on it and some abbreviations on there. But if you can go back and you can show this is for printer ink, all of a sudden now that's supporting documentation. But another thing that's really interesting is on your bank statement or your credit card statement, sometimes the business name is not what actually shows up on the statement. So things like a franchise, and I'm thinking of fast food. But if you go to a fast food restaurant, some of those fast food restaurants, rather than saying Burger King on your statement, it's going to say some other name because the person that owns that particular location has their own LLC or their own corporation that is not called Burger King, and they are doing business as Burger King. So now all of a sudden, what you thought was a great form of documentation, your bank statement or your credit card statement, doesn't even say the name of the business you made the purchase from. So again, this comes back to the IRS needs to be able to connect the dots to see where you made the purchase and what you got. They can't just use hearsay of your explanation if you even provide an explanation, which you always need to make sure you are. Always make sure to specify what the business purpose of that purchase was in detail, okay? Because what happens when you're under audit is that, okay, in most situations in the court of law, you're innocent until proven guilty. Isn't that great? Innocent until proven guilty. But when it comes to tax law, you are guilty until proven innocent. And so that's why it's really important that you have these pieces in place to be able to support your transactions saying, yes, I did do a qualified expense for a business tax deduction. bookkeeping. Number one, most important thing that you can have for your alibi to prove that yes, what you deducted on taxes is a legitimate business expense. So that's why this month we're really hitting hard on making sure that what you're doing, you're documenting it the proper way. It doesn't have to be perfect. It does not have to be perfect, but you are doing documentation that is organized and specific. And then your CPA can look over it and let you know if you've missed any type of information, and then you just tweak it for the next year. Go back and correct the current year to make sure that you're documenting everything that you should be. One of the things that I've done to help small businesses with their bookkeeping is put together a free tax deduction cheat sheet that has around 70 different business expenses that can be used as tax deductions. You can click the link in this video to download that freebie now. Now, if you liked this video, please let me know by liking it below, subscribing, and sharing it with a friend. And please comment below and let me know if you found this video helpful.